Welcome back to Moody Talks Sports. We are here with our top 10 NFL teams heading into week 9. We do this weekly. Love to have you subscribe, like to the channel, all that good stuff. But hey, let's get into number 10. Let's dive right in. Looking at the LA Rams, they continue to play well and they continue to win games. And, even with Puka out, I was interested to see how Matt Stafford would do. He just found another receiver. He just went to Devontae Adams, and now Devontae Adams has had an incredible 2-3 weeks now with Puka being out. So it is what it is. They're a solid team. I don't know if they're quite a Super Bowl team, but they're definitely good enough to get into the playoffs, and they're definitely good enough to kind of shake things up and maybe win a game. Number 9, we do have the Eagles. They're starting to look good again. I think they benefited from the Giants, losing Scatterbo, and I think they benefited from that terrible tush-push call. I'm against the tush-push at this point. You can't officiate it. It's awful. The refs don't know what they're doing. It's just chaos, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the league. And so I understand as an Eagles fan, you can sit there and say, oh, you can't stop it. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. It looks awful. The officials can't get it right. You guys are false starting 50% of the time. They're not catching it. They're having to make up rules. And I'm sorry, but that strip sack where Jalen got stripped might be the worst call I've ever seen. I mean, if I was the NFL, this is all hypothetical. If I was the NFL, I would bring that referee in and I would say, hey, listen, bud, we appreciate it. Your time's done. Yeah, your services are no longer requested. Because I think you could have put almost anything, anybody or anybody else in that position, and I don't think they would have blew that whistle too soon. So anyway, that's my opinion. Number 8, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is a great team who plays extremely well on the road. At home, they don't play quite as well, which is so weird. But they have a solid team with the best wide receiver in football right now. And Sam Darnold's a top 10 quarterback. And as long as you have a top 10 wide receiver and a top 10 quarterback, I mean, you're going to make stuff happen. And that defense is also looking pretty good, too. Number 7, we have Denver. I guess it's time to finally take Denver seriously. They started out the season very rocky. They've had a lot of wins where I'm kind of like the Jets won, like 13-11 or something, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's battle of the who cares. And then the next week they do upset the Giants, 33 points in the fourth quarter. But I actually blamed the Giants more than I gave Denver credit there because they just went to the soft cover defense and just let them have it. Can't play that way. Got to play the win. But this week was different. This week was different when the Broncos played this week and they blew out the Cowboys 44-24. Yeah, I mean, I actually picked the Cowboys in that game. So I'm very impressed with that. Their offense showed they can play. I know Cowboys defense is atrocious. Anybody can score on them. But holding to 24 points is also a big deal too. So I think it's time to at least start taking Denver a little seriously. They've won, I think, 4 straight. Good for them. Number 6, we have the Bucks. Bucks have not had a great 2 weeks. They played terrible against the Lions. The offense kind of sputtered. Really the game should have been 27-3 if not for another just horrendous call where the ball's punched out, Antoine Winfield grabs it, runs the other way, everyone's involved, scores a touchdown, celebrating, and the ref comes over and goes, we blew the play dead. And everybody's looking around going, there was no whistle. Like, what are you talking about? We were all playing to the end. And they're like, yeah. And we go back and look at replay, and there's no whistle on replay. NFL, get your referees right. Get them right. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. If I was a defender, and think about being a defender. It rarely happens. Ball gets stripped while the dude's standing up, not falling to the ground, standing up. Ball gets stripped out. You pick it up and you run it to the end zone, you score, and they wipe it off the board because of a phantom whistle. Oh, sorry, we blew the play dead. If I was a defender, the first thing I would be doing is getting in the ref's face saying, 1, why would you blow the play dead? And 2, where was the whistle? I mean, what is going on? It's just... I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be super critical of guys who have a tough job. But when my 3-year-old son is next to me and he goes, why blow play dead? Let play out. And he understands that, why don't the refs? I don't get it. My 2-year-old daughter doesn't quite talk yet, but you can tell she kind of understands. You can tell by her facial reaction. She's like, why blow the play dead? My point is get it right. It's embarrassing. Number 5, we have Green Bay Packers. Yeah, maybe it is time to take them seriously as well. They're fantastic as far as situationally, game management, coaching. They kind of have all the boring ingredients for success, but it's kind of like in golf. I say it all the time. The boring shot's often the right one, and that's kind of how they're doing, Kraft right now looks incredible. Touchdown machine. I don't think they're super flashy, but they win, and right now they have a great record and they're on pace to win the division. So good for them. Number 4, we do have the Lions, still kind of in that same spot. I think they're really great. What's interesting is that Jared Goff is only passing for like 200 and some change. It's actually more of a game management style with him this year, which is great. They run the ball really well. Their offense has lost a lot of that flashiness because of Ben Johnson leaving, but they're still really solid. When you've got great players, you can just kind of do the bare minimum with them and still be very successful. So yeah, I mean, I think that works, and their defense is tough. I mean, they're a tough team. They're well coached, and that motivator style really works. Number 3, we have New England Patriots. I don't know what to say at this point. I mean, they look extremely well coached. Vrabel has got that team running on all cylinders. Drake May looks like a bona fide future superstar. The offense is clicking, the defense is clicking. They're tough, they're gritty, they manage the game well. They're kind of scary. I mean, they're kind of scary. I'll be completely honest with you. So good for them. Number 2, we do have Kansas City. Again, I wasn't super impressed with the win they had against the Commanders. I thought that first half was abysmal, and then in the second half, Mahomes turned it on. But that's kind of how the Chiefs are. They're a team that doesn't require, perfection. They can be solid or even bad in one half and then click in the final quarter, and they're good enough to just still blow teams out. And that's what happened, 28-7. Just crazy. But yeah, they're good. They're good, and they're back. Number 1, we have Indianapolis. I don't understand the people at this point who don't believe in Indianapolis, because, I understand that there are rare situations where a team looks good on paper. They're 11-0, and the Steelers were like this a few years ago, like 5-6 years ago. The Steelers did this. They went on an 11-0 run and then lost 4 out of the last 5 and got knocked out in the playoffs. But the difference between those two teams is the Steelers would have to win defensively. They'd win 14-11, and it'd be because of a fumble that they picked up and returned for a touchdown, and that's not sustainable. Indianapolis is putting up like 40 points a game. They have the best running back in the league right now. They have a quarterback that's top 10. They have multiple targets all over the field. They have an offensive-minded head coach, and they're putting up ridiculous points every week. I mean, they have to be averaging 30 at least. I mean, it's just insane. That is sustainable. That is sustainable. That against any team works. If you're going to lose a game, it's going to be 33-30. That's fine. You'll take that. But their defense is playing really well too. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I think it's kind of silly at this point not to believe in the Colts. They look incredible, and they look like the best team in the league. That's my 2 cents. So that's the top 10 NFL teams. Appreciate you being here. Like I said, we also do top 10 wide receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, all that good stuff as well. So check out the channel. NFL, please get your referees fixed. This weekend was so hard to watch. It was disgusting. I'm still kind of sick to my stomach. Please get that figured out, please. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.